Do you think it took that long for the word to get there? Obviously, we certainly don't have the mail service or technology that we have today. But why did it take a year and a half, 2 years for that message to get out?
There's been several things that have been talked about why that happened. First of all, they said that Texas was a southern state that wasn't monitored as closely as the other ones, and oftentimes slave owners took their slaves to Texas because of that. Some people also say, and this is what we really should reflect on, that the slave owners wanted to get another season or two out of the slaves to harvest the cotton crops. So it boiled down to, like it is today almost, to economics being over the right thing to do in terms of the slaves being emancipated. And it begs to say, why weren't they told by the slave owners? Why didn't a sheriff down in Galveston tell them? Why didn't, as an example, the mayor or somebody? And why didn't the governor of Texas say this? So that is the question. It is still the big question of why. And so, it leads me to believe if you parallel it to today, that it still boiled down to the economy, because of us being a capitalistic country. So that's kind of my thoughts on that, just a little bit.
It's such a weird thing to kind of think about, too. You just kind of even compare it to today. How would you like to be told a year and a half, 2 years later, that something that applied to you that can change your life, it took a year and a half, 2 years for you to get word of that? Is that kind of still resonate today and kind of help people maybe connect? Boy, how would you like to feel if something like this had happened to you?
I think so. I think it really resonates very hardly. I think especially in the African American community. I think oftentimes, even though this has been said that it's possibly the second Independence Day in this country for the African American community, I beg to really think, is it really a celebration? This cause to celebrate that this is something that it took, like as you say, that it took that long to be for this to happen. And in my mind, if I fast forward today, I would say it was almost deliberate. Now, at least that's what I would, have to say in my mind. And so certainly, I would not feel good about that at all. If that would, be the same thing, that would be happening. It's the same as 1963 Civil Rights Act being signed, and and then you don't find out about it until really years later. Now we have more media today than we had then, but still, there's things that still today, even though they happen, they aren't really, have they really taken effect? So what we have to reflect on, the slaves said they were free, but were they really free? And same thing today.